Hi everyone. If you're like me and absolutely love spending hours wandering through museums, getting lost in art, design, history, and architecture, this one's for you. New York City is not just about skyscrapers and yellow cabs, it's home to some of the world's most inspiring museums, each with its own personality, story, and style. So, here comes some of my favorite museum recommendations across the city, from the peaceful gardens to medieval towers. This one's the Cloisters, which is a part of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in Fort Tryon Park in Upper Manhattan, and it's perched above the Hudson River. It feels like stepping into another century with stones and elements from real medieval monasteries and creates a magic of Gothic Europe. Let's now go to Queens, which houses Noguchi Museum. This is a serene place and it's dedicated to Isamu Noguchi, a Japanese American sculptor and designer whose work beautifully fuses East and the West. Inside, you'll find minimalist galleries filled with sculptures carved from stone, metal, and wood, each one breathing simplicity and stillness. The design of the museum itself feels like an extension of his art, which is calm, balanced, and deeply meditative. And there's also a sculpture garden that you will see, and you'll have Noguchi's vision come alive with nature, geometry, and light in perfect harmony. It's quite contemplative and easily one of the peaceful corners of New York, and actually it doesn't really feel like it's in the midst of New York City. Next, we head to the Brooklyn Museum, a bio-art landmark standing proudly at the edge of Prospect Park. With its grand columns and sweeping staircases, it feels like a palace built for the people. Inside, you will travel through 5,000 years of human creativity, starting with the ancient Egyptian collection, one of the best in the world, complete with mummies, hieroglyphic sarcophagi, and jewelry once worn by the pharaohs. Then you walk into the Arts of Africa and Indigenous Americas wings filled with masks, textiles, and sculptures celebrating cultural identity. The American art galleries also showcase bold works from the colonial era to contemporary movements, including the feminist installations and other pieces exploring race, community, and belonging. One of my favorite parts is the upper floor where natural light pours in from massive skylights, illuminating open galleries and quiet corners. It's calm, airy, and beautifully designed, perfect for slow, thoughtful wandering evenings. And select weekends also host flea markets and local artisan pop ups in its plaza, celebrating Brooklyn's creative community beyond the galleries. Now, for something cinematic, the Museum of the Moving Image, located in Astoria, Queens, inside the historic Kaufman Astoria Studios complex, where some of America's earliest movies were filmed in the 1920s. The museum is a celebration of everything that moves, from silent films and early animation to today's streaming era storytelling. Every corner is bursting with color and creativity. The sleek white and chrome interiors make the exhibits pop, glowing screens, neon lights, and soundscapes that feel like stepping into a living film set. You'll also find props, costumes, and iconic pieces from Hollywood and New York productions, from The Godfather to Men in Black, along with vintage cameras, projectors, and film reels that trace the evolution of cinema itself. One of the highlights is the Jim Henson exhibition dedicated to the genius behind the Muppets and Sesame Street. The gallery overflows with original puppets, sketches, and behind the scenes clips showing how imagination became movement. It's not just about watching, it's about doing. Visitors can dub their voice into the famous movie scenes, design their own stop motion animation, or play with sound editing and lighting controls to create mini films on the spot. So, from classy black and white reels to vibrant modern graphics, this museum blends technology and artistry seamlessly. It's playful, educational, and deeply artistic, a kaleidoscope of motion, color, and creativity that captures the magic of Hollywood while celebrating New York's own cinematic roots. Now we go underground, literally, to the New York Transit Museum in downtown Brooklyn. It's built inside a 1936 decommissioned subway station, which instantly gives it that authentic New York feel. Down on the platform, you will see vintage subway cars from as far back as 1904, complete with wooden seats, old ads, and the echo of another time. The exhibits trace the city's entire transit history, how tunnels were dug, how the first trains ran, and how tokens turned into metro cards and now Omni, of course. It's not a polished art museum, it's raw, real, and nostalgic. Heading into Midtown, we arrive at the world famous Museum of Modern Art with its sleek glass walls and open atriums. It feels like a temple for modern creativity. You'll see masterpieces like these, which have shaped history from Van Gogh's Starry Night to works of Picasso, Monet, and Rothko. Every gallery feels different, some calm, some meditative, others very bold and abstract. Don't miss out the outdoor sculpture garden as well. Unfortunately, I couldn't take a picture of it. It's a quiet oasis surrounded by glass and steel where art meets the city's skyline. It's more than a museum, it's where you see modern imagination and it continues to redefine the world. This museum is in the Upper East Side of Manhattan, where design takes center stage at the Smithsonian Design Museum. It's housed inside the elegant Carnegie Mansion. The building itself is a masterpiece and it has carved stone stairways on its ceilings and grand rooms that now hold cutting edge design exhibits. It's where old world charm meets futuristic imagination. Inside every gallery celebrates design in its many forms, from furniture, fashion, and architecture to technology, sustainability, and everyday objects that shape our world. Unlike most museums, Cooper Hewitt invites you to touch, interact, and create. With a special digital pen, you can collect your favorite pieces as you explore and later view them on giant touch screens. One of the highlights is the immersion room, a glowing interactive space where you can draw your own patterns on a digital screen and instantly see them projected as full wallpapers. It's fun, surreal, and feels like stepping into your own imagination. The exhibits change often, showcasing everything from experimental fashion to AI driven design to eco friendly materials and urban innovations. The museum also connects design to global issues, showing how creativity can solve problems of climate, accessibility, and community. On the Upper West Side, facing Central Park, the American Museum of Natural History is a New York classic, home to towering dinosaur fossils, dazzling gems, and the famous blue whale. Its new Richard Gilder Center adds a stunning modern wing to the historic building, with flowing stone interiors, glass bridges, and light filled galleries that feel like walking inside living sculptures. Don't miss the honeybee showcase where you can watch real bees at work and connecting nature and science right before your eyes. It's one of the city's busiest museums, so the best time to visit is early on a weekday morning before the crowds arrive, when you can truly explore the wonders of the natural world in peace. On Fifth Avenue is the Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum, a masterpiece of modern art and architecture. It's designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. Its spiral form feels like art in motion, guiding visitors upward through bright curved galleries. Inside, you'll find works of Picasso, Kandinsky, Pollock, and other pioneers of modernism. Last but not the least, how can we forget the Met? Standing grandly on the Fifth Avenue again, it's one of the world's greatest art museums, home to ancient pharaohs, Greek statues, Renaissance masterpieces, and modern treasures all under one roof. The scale of the Met is breathtaking. It truly takes multiple visits to see it all. Every gallery feels like a world of its own, from Egypt to Europe to Asia. Just like the Museum of Natural History, it can get very crowded because of its central location, so plan your visit early. I couldn't take many videos that day, it was packed, but amidst all the crowd, the Met remained pure magic. A little tip for fellow students: if you're from Columbia University, you actually get free or discounted entry to many of these museums. Just carry your CU ID and you can explore these places free of cost. And that brings us to the end of this journey through New York's creative heart. I know this was a long video, but it's my little tribute to all the beautiful creations and the creators behind them. Thank you all for watching.